decaying, decomposing because of bacteria or fungi. So yeah, rotten food. You cooked it in the morning, in the afternoon, that's pretty spoiled already, starting to rot. Fruits trying to decay, decompose, that is rot. Yeah, clear? Hello, Adric. Okay. All good with vocabularies. We're now starting with the listening comprehension exercises. For those who are new, again, the listening comprehension exercises, I will read an article, listen carefully, and then you will be doing the speaking exercises of how you understood the article. Listening comprehension and speaking exercises. Clear so far? All good? Okay. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Thank you for letting me know, Casa, Butterfly, Sky, and Asma, and well as well earlier. Hello, Lam and Alifa. All right. Again, we are talking about bacteria killing packaging. This may reduce food waste. Okay. We're talking about food waste today, bacteria killing packaging. Let's start with the listening comprehension exercises. Listen carefully, and then we're doing the speaking exercises afterwards. A new type of packaging that kills the bacteria and keeps food fresh has been invented by a team of scientists in the US and Singapore. Scientists from Nanyang Technological University in Singapore and Harvard University created the packaging in an effort to help with global issues such as food safety, food waste, and plastic pollution. The packaging is mainly made from a biodegradable waste product that is created when corn is processed to produce ethanol, and it looks similar to the packaging already found on most fresh produce. However, this new material has built-in natural compounds such as thyme oil and citric acid that kill bacteria as it begins to grow on the food and on the surface of the packaging. That is the cool part, you know. It already has built-in natural compounds like thyme oil and citric acid. Continue, let's listen, continue. Yeah, Shibam, try to catch up. Lab tests found that the strawberries wrapped in the new material lasted 3 days longer than the strawberries kept in regular packaging. In addition to fruit, the material could also be used for vegetables, raw meat, or ready-to-eat food. Professor Philip Democritou of Harvard University, who co-led the study, said that developing efficient, environmentally friendly food packaging material is one of the most efficient ways to increase food safety and reduce food waste. The Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations has estimated that the world wastes one-third of all the food it produces. That is a lot, man. I mean, one-third we waste, huh? And the United Nations Environment Program report from 2021 estimated that 931 million metric tons of food is wasted globally every year. And that is more than 60% of it from household. Yes, not the restaurants, not the institution, but households wasting food. Bad news. Data from the report.
Hello, Dan.
You gotta mute
Hi.
for now. Yeah, you gotta mute for now, you know. We're doing listening comprehension. Shibam, try to catch up and read the room of what is going on, yeah? Listen carefully, and then after that, you can join the speaking table. Okay, so listen. Listen first. Again, the table that you have joined for those who are new is for listening exercises. And when you enter a room, please try to read the environment first, yeah? Okay. Be very considerate of the people around you. Read the room, okay? If you have questions, type it in. Clear? All right. Let's continue. Again, the data from the report showed that China was the biggest producer.
Already, and the second highest risk our biggest transform.
I'm sorry about the interruption, people. I'm not the most patient person in the world. Again, I have always thought this, you gotta read the room, people. You're inside a classroom, okay? If you cannot jive with your classmates, you're disturbing the other students, you might as well find another classroom, yeah? We treat adults as adults, you understand? So, yeah, read the room first and understand that people are studying and listening and not ready to listen to what you have to say. You're going to be given time for that, okay? Again, I'm not the most patient person nowadays. Maybe because I have experienced a lot of nasty things in here. So, it's easy for me to decide now. Okay, let's continue. I apologize for the interruption for those who are listening carefully. Sorry about that. Let's continue. Okay. Rotting food. Oh, where was I? Okay, yeah, let's continue then, huh? Rotting food in our garbage releases gases that contribute to global warming. While the UN says food packaging is the second largest contributor to global plastic pollution after cigarettes. Since it is biodegradable, the scientists hope that the newly developed packaging may help to reduce both food waste and plastic waste in the future. Okay. Again, most food waste, 60% of the world's food waste, they come from households. The data from the report show that China was the biggest producer of household waste, followed by India, US and Japan. Yes, huh? All right. The reason, like Xi Jinping told people that you shouldn't waste food because China is number one on producing household food waste, followed by India, and of course, US, and of course, Japan. Okay, and that is our topic for today. Again, we are talking about a bacteria killing packaging. For those who have recently joined, the table that you have joined is for intermediate students. We do listening comprehension and the speaking exercises. You want to speak? Sure, but please learn how to read the room, yeah? And if you have questions, type it in. We're going to address your questions. Okay. Ready for the speaking exercises? Ready? Ready? Okay, let's start. All right. Let's start with the speaking exercises now. Do you find it surprising that food packaging is the second largest contributor to global plastic pollution? Again, the first one, of course, cigarettes. Second is food packaging. And what are your thoughts on the new bacteria killing packaging? Let's hear it, Casa. Your turn. We do it like first, second, third, the usual Casa. After Casa, Butterfly, Sky, Asma Noel, and Nando. Hello, Chitan, and Erica, and Grills, Dip, Mike, Marga, Lam, Adric, and Ida. Let's start the Casa. Go ahead.
Well, it's not surprising as so many documentaries videos from the National Geographic, so maybe like uh, an environmental channel in YouTube that shared how many plastics found in the sea, in the
Mm-hmm.
ocean, and even it like hurt the animal under the sea.
Okay.
It's kind of awful and also sadful because it's our mistakes as a human, but the animal feels the side effect, the horrible side effect of us
Mm-hmm.
of our activity. So that's why the innovation of this packaging is really really helpful to our
Mm-hmm.
environment,
I see.
especially because the global warming issues are increasing these days.
Mm-hmm.
The
Okay.
I have heard many news about the Arctic and also North. Yes, that the ice melts really.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. And the
and
penguins,
it
they
kills.
won't have
Yeah,
enough home.
yeah, it
Mm.
kills the animals live in there, so it's kind of sadful.
Okay. And based on the studies, though, 60% of food waste coming from households. You agree with that, Casa? How about in your own home? Do you and your family throw a lot of food, like 60%, like you bought like 100% of grocery stuff and then you throw 60% of that? You agree with those findings or no? Basically, in our home, we're not wasting food.
The wasting food is always like it can't be avoided. Like
Okay, can be avoided.
so
Okay.
my daddy
Uh-huh.
like having a little farm. Like there are chickens who can eat our waste food. So it's
Ah,
not really wasteless. It's not
okay.
really wasted food because it can be eaten by the our
Animals.
chicken and our animals, our farms. So
Ah.
it's gotta safe.
Okay, I see. Yeah, thankful for the chicken in the farm. How about you, Butterfly? What are your thoughts about this article? And do you agree that, food packaging is the second largest contributor? You also have chicken, just like Kasa's?
Yeah, I totally agree. And I can imagine how bad the those plastic uh, packaging can
Mm-hmm.
cause to the environment, and
Mm-hmm.
because they are just not degradable, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people just keep using them
Mm-hmm.
in our daily lives, and
Okay.
it's just like it's really hard for people to quit using them if the government doesn't take any measures
Mm.
to curb the use of it. And I
Okay.
think a new replacement, such as the bacteria killing packaging, is being mentioned in the article you read earlier, will be really a good one. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
because we got if we gotta use a package, then we better use better ones, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then that would be good for the environment.
Mm-hmm.
And in my household, we don't raise any chickens because I
Okay.
live in a
Uh-huh.
like apartment, and then
Okay.
but our neighbors
Okay.
living in on the first floor, they raise chickens in their
Mm.
yard. And then
Yeah.
sometimes in my home, in my family, we try to eat up all the food.
Oh.
Yeah, every day. But sometimes and we just so it's like it's unavoidable that we might have some leftovers. And then
Mm.
the principle in our family is we don't put the food in the refrigerator and
Mm-hmm.
then eat it the next day, because it's really bad for the health. And
Mm.
then what we usually do is we would just use it to feed the chickens of
Hi
our
everyone.
neighbors.
Okay. Saved by
Yeah,
the chickens. Okay.
yeah.
I see. So I think you know why China is number one when it comes to food waste is because it is not part of your culture to eat leftover food the following day. Not
No,
really part of the
it is,
culture.
it is our culture. It is part of the
Mm-hmm.
culture to leave
Mm-hmm.
leftover food the next day.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, a lot of, especially the older generations, they hate to waste food. For the older
Mm.
generation, that is the case.
Okay.
They don't have food, and then
Mm-hmm.
they would normally keep it until the next day. But
Uh-huh. It's
yeah,
not as
but
good
this
the
is
following day.
yeah, and
Mm.
they don't realize how hazardous it is when they eat
Mm-hmm.
the food from the first day,
Mm-hmm.
from the day before. Yeah,
I see.
actually,
I
it's
see.
unhealthy. Yeah, it's really
Okay.
unhealthy.
I see. Thank you for sharing that. Butterfly, yes. Butterfly concern with plastic waste is because the government is allowing it for people to use. They're making it available. And so, without any restrictions on the part of the government, the people will continuously use plastic packaging because, again, it's available. And so, this new discovery would be very helpful. Again, it's biodegradable. And of course, it fights the bacteria, makes the food last longer. And in terms of like 60% of food going to waste, yes, we're working on that, right? Sometimes it's unavoidable though, but yeah, working on it. Thank you for that, Butterfly. How about you, Sky? What do you think of this bacteria killing packaging? And do you agree like 60% of household food goes to waste? Sky, your turn.
Oh yes. Yeah. First of all, yeah, of course, I have been aware of food waste and plastic
Mm,
pollution has been a
mm-hmm.
global problem issue.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know that the food package has contributed in the huge amount in that issue. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
second largest yeah, issue contribution to that problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
Food
Mm-hmm.
waste and plastic
Packaging.
pollution.
Yeah.
Yeah, food packaging. So yeah, I thought that first of all to solve this problem, of course, individual life habit would
Mm-hmm.
be the most significant matter.
Okay.
Fortunately, like a casa and butterfly,
Mm-hmm.
if we have leftover
Mm-hmm.
food, then we can feed for chicken,
Okay. So the
and we can
solution
use
is
them for
go get some chickens.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I know that there is not normal way
Okay.
to solve the problem, but
Mm-hmm.
basically, if we can have a right attitude to
Okay.
recycle or try to finish all the food, then
Mm-hmm.
it would be fundamental like approach to solve this problem.
Mm-hmm.
But secondly, yeah, if we can have a new technology, which is like biodegradable
Yeah, just like this
packaging.
one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, this one. Then why not? Yeah, as a
Mm-hmm.
second factor to solve this problem,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, inventing new technology can be helpful. Yeah.
Okay. How about in your
Mm.
household though? Like based on the study, 60% like is like household food waste. Do you think that happens into your household, the Sky, or no? We don't throw that much food. We try to eat it.
Mm, in general, in South Korea, we also have this problem in general
Mm-hmm.
household.
Mm-hmm.
But in my
Mm-hmm.
house,
Okay.
my mother is queen or at the same time king of the whole
Okay.
house. So my mother never allowed to waste food at all. So
Oh.
yeah, we are ready to follow the order of my mother. So it's
Okay.
not our case. Yeah, that cannot
Mm-hmm.
happen in our house.
Household. I see. That is nice. So
Mm,
mama controls the food distribution.
yeah,
Yes, no one
never
should waste
allowed.
food. Okay, not
Yeah, yeah,
allowed.
yeah.
Thank you for that.
Mm.
Yes, at least most of the speakers are aware of what biodegradable packaging and how it pollutes the environment. Now let's hear it. Asma, your turn. You find it surprising that food packaging is the second largest contributor to global plastic pollution. And of course, what are your thoughts about this new bacteria killing packaging? Asma, your turn, or no? We still wrap our food in banana leaves. We don't use plastic here.
Yes, I will think that.
Yeah.
Actually, Eden, it's really frustrating the amount of
Oh.
food that people waste every day, and there's people starving around this
Mm.
world.
Right.
We in Egypt we have banks for food. If
Mm-hmm.
you have some left over, but in a good condition, like you could wrap it in a good way, decent
Okay.
way, maybe you could
Mm-hmm.
decorate it and just
Okay.
hand it to the bank
Ah,
for the needy.
okay. Yeah,
Okay.
like NGOs. Yeah, okay.
Yes. Also here, if I have leftover, my neighbors, to be
Oh,
honest, they have chicken,
yeah. Chickens. Neighbors, okay.
and
Yeah.
they are amazing neighbors because sometimes they give me eggs
Oh.
as a gift because I am
Uh-huh.
contributing and feeding their chickens. So
Oh, that is so cool. Yeah.
yes.
Oh.
Also, I like cooking.
Mhm.
Sometime when I have some food from the last day,
Mhm.
yesterday, I could make a new recipe from it, like to put some
Ah. Okay.
cheese, to put some
Recycle.
peppers, spicy.
Recycle it.
Excellent, excellent.
Mm.
Like to make
Okay.
it delicious again, so
Mhm.
it be appetizing to eat it. Uh,
Oh, I wish I had that
we don't like.
talent. Yeah, that's nice.
Eden? We have a concept in our religion, like if you saw a piece of bread in
Mhm.
the ground, it
Mhm.
fell from you during eating. You should you should take it from the ground, okay, clean
Okay.
it with your hand and eat it,
I
okay? Because
okay.
it's a blessing.
Oh, I see.
And if you
Oh, okay.
don't do that, this blessing you will never find it again. You will lose
Ah,
it.
I see, I see. Okay, that is nice too, huh? So no to wasting of food, and you recook it, like recycle it, add cheese, whatnot, so you don't throw them away. Oh, that is
No,
good too.
no.
Yeah, yeah. In Thailand, they're like wrapping chicken with the banana leaves, and I'm like, why are these food like wrapped in banana leaves and etc. And the restaurant owner said, we're trying to minimize plastic. And I'm like, yeah, in some yeah, they have like
It's
banana
better, by
leaves
the
and
way.
plates and that
It's
is that
something
is better.
natural. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
plastics.
That is
There's a lot of researchers talking about plastic side effects, cancer,
mm-mm.
and different type of diseases. So
Yes.
why
Okay. That
should
that
avoid
is
it?
nice too. Very good, very good. Yeah, on Ozma's case though, she likes recook them and then add cheese or whatnot to make it better. I hope I have that. I have the talent, huh? How about you, Noel? What are your thoughts? You have the same talent as Ozma, and do you find it surprising that packaging is the second largest contributor to global plastic pollution? And what are your thoughts on bacteria killing packaging? Thank you for sharing, Ozma. Doing good, speakers. Noel, your turn.
I think I'm not
Okay.
surprised.
How?
I'm not surprised with the food wasted. I'm like, so many people in this world that's probably they are wasted their food in their what is it daily
Mm-hmm.
activity in their daily food. So it's not that really surprised that if food is be the first because wasted is this word. And
Mm-hmm.
also about the plastic, I really happy if we have some kind of what is it new what is it like
Like a
new product.
substitute, just
Yeah,
like what Butterfly
substitute.
said. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's can reduce like the waste that's we created that we produce, so it
Mm-hmm.
can what is it create a better environment.
Mm-hmm.
Next in the next probably several year we can really what is it know that this product can make our wastage is become less and less.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And in my
How about in your
household,
household? You think you're
yeah,
you're like wasting 60% of the food that you're buying at home or
yeah,
no? Mm-hmm.
in my household, I think that we don't really, what is it like, waste our food like 50%,
Okay.
because I have.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you have the same with asthma?
You have
Like,
chickens?
no, 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 no. It's not my neighbor have
Ah,
a chicken.
neighbors. Okay. Where do you
So
get your
yeah,
neighbors?
so probably when we have it, we can just give it to the chicken.
The
And
chickens.
yes, and yes, because I only live like alone, so I don't think that I could like many. What is it like? I
Mm.
don't cook, so yeah, I think every food that I eat is almost there is no what is it like wasted food.
Okay,
Probably
so
yes,
just
but it's
enough.
less.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
cook
just
just
enough.
enough. Okay, you
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
cook any
yeah,
extra. Yeah, that's me too.
yeah,
Like I'm only good
yeah.
at cooking for one or two. I cannot really cook meals for
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
five people. So yeah, yours would be in small portions. And then
Yes.
when all else fails, we have the neighbors and the neighbors' chicken. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
I
Mm-hmm.
see. Okay, that is good too. Of course, yeah. I mean that is a good thing. If you think you cannot finish all the food up, then don't cook too much, right? Just like what Noel said, yeah, don't cook way too much if you know you can finish it. That is right too. Thank you for sharing, Noel. Doing good. How about you, Mama Do? After Mama Do, oh, it's been a while hearing Ida, huh? It's gonna be Ida. Mama Do, your turn.
Agree one side and disagree the other side.
Okay, what are your thoughts then? Go ahead.
Okay, I think like some country they try to avoid like bagging now, plastic bagging. So
Mm.
some of them they try not like to use it a lot,
Mm-hmm.
even and yeah, I think it's not like using plastic bags is not a good idea, and it's not a
Okay.
good for you, like for the global warm, and
Okay.
it's keep killing our animals, and
Mm-hmm.
and I think like the leadership they should do something about it. The
Mm-hmm.
u- uh the union like they should do something about it because that's not a good for the
Mm,
world and
I see. Yeah. So you think that, we should regulate the usage of plastic food packaging to protect the environment.
It's a good
Yes. Oh.
idea. If we have a good leadership, then can like they can
Mm.
do about it.
But you see, the other side of that is food packaging keeps the food safe. It's not all bad. You got to understand that some food cannot just be wrapped with leaves, right? And so it keeps the food safe and sanitary and clean. So that is the good side of using plastic. But the downside is, yes, it creates pollution. And just like what Butterfly said earlier, Mama Do agrees that the government should do something about it, regulate its usage so as not to create any plastic pollution, right?
Yeah, I know like
Okay.
some baggage, like they have to be a bag. Some package
Mm.
has to be a bag, to keep the
Mm-hmm.
food safe and get
Yes.
whoever like get the food be safe.
Mm-hmm.
But think about like when you go to the store or like go
Store.
somewhere, what a
Mm-hmm.
store or go somewhere like if you buy something, they have to put it in the bag.
I see. So,
That's gonna be double bags.
double bags. Yeah, I agree. So that's why you need to bring your own basket nowadays in some stores, right? It's not like you go home with bag after bag after bags because you didn't bring your own. That is true, though. How about in your own household, Mama Do? Do you agree like 60% of food waste come from households? Do you do that at home or no? We are very conscious of our food waste at home.
To be honest, when I was in Africa,
Mm-hmm.
like we did not like waste food because my
Okay.
mom she didn't like it. So
Mm-hmm.
if we didn't finish the food, we have to put it in the fridge, eat it next
Okay.
tomorrow.
That is nice.
But
So,
like since I came to US, like I'm missing food. But like the other day, I
oh,
teach myself why am I wasting food all the time, and I don't pick up
uh-huh.
them like I don't make free money. So
Oh,
I'm working
yeah.
hard for my money. Why don't you? Why don't I cook what I can eat?
Yes, exactly. What you're throwing when you throw food is basically you're throwing money. And yeah, you're lucky, just like Sky. When Mama is around, something is like guarding the food waste, right? But when Mama is not around, that's the problem. I see. Okay. So now you realize you shouldn't be wasting food anymore, huh?
That like I'm
Yes.
throwing my money.
Exactly. That is true, though. Thank you for sharing, Mama Do. And that is Mama Do's opinion about this topic. Let's hear it. How about you, Ida? Ida, your turn. Go ahead. You know the question.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's very interesting about this article how our innovation want to keep our environmental from many wasted like plastic because
Yeah.
like like plastic like microplastic realize or not like it tend to the ocean and the fish what we
Mm-hmm.
eat we can find the microplastic and
Yeah.
it will be back to us. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we must spread awareness about this and government need to do like I think it's already they made a regulation here like no
Mm-hmm.
plastic bag in the like in the bank in the market. So
Okay.
at the first time I think it's not easy because we always forget that no
Ah,
plastic.
yeah. I
So we
know. Me too. I
yeah
forget that sometimes, but
sometimes
I
and
have my canvas bag with me when I go shop.
yeah, and it's we always must buy what bag from the market, but I think yeah, it's not
Okay.
easy to change our habit. But if we
Yeah.
not start when we will start,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's very helpful. Yeah, we must change and for in the like in home, like I find that it's maybe because my mom like they always preparing food for a week, so it's very helpful to not wash that food in home
Mm.
to prepare
Okay.
food, preparing food. Yes, we
Mm.
do that. Maybe if we cannot make it a detail, at least we can make it like not too detailed, but at least preparing food it's really helpful not to
I s-
waste food
yeah,
and
just enough
also
food.
saving saving more
Okay.
money.
I see. I
Yeah.
understand. So yeah, Ida made a good point. Just like what Mel said earlier, just prepare enough food that you can consume. And of course, don't forget your big bags when you go out shopping, right? And because yeah, we always forget that. We go out with nothing and it is such a bad habit to break, right? Okay. I understand. Thank you for that, Ida. I hope that most people nowadays are very conscious of their plastic usage. And of course, we cannot like blame the plastic for that. Like, oh, you plastic is evil. No, not really, because it keeps our food safe, clean, sanitized, etc. It has its purpose. But the point is, we should have a better alternative for it, like this biodegradable bacteria killing packaging, because without any alternative, we will continuously pollute the place, our world, with plastic. And of course, the little things would count. You might think like, oh, I'm bringing my big bag, my big canvas bag, I'm not helping. But basically, you have already saved one plastic, right? And so the more you keep on doing that and not forgetting the plastic that you're bringing into the market, then of course you're helping the environment in your own little ways. That is nice too, baby gal. Gail, ready to join us? Yes. Okay, you know the question, baby Gail. Ready to speak?
I
Ready?
just came in. I'm sorry, I just came in.
Okay. So yeah, stay there. We're gonna be moving in the second question and then listen and then share your thoughts afterwards, okay?
All right.
Okay. Always energetic. Let's continue. My next question would be, do you make an effort to buy biodegradable products? Yes, I think it's Uniqlo or some other brands that when you get some clothes and stuff, they put their biodegradable. Okay. I used to not look at them before, but now I often check like, what is this material made of? What is this made of? Plastic? What is this made of? Etc. And is it biodegradable? My next question would be, how conscious are you when purchasing products? Are you like environment friendly consumer or not at all? Again, do you make an effort to buy biodegradable products? Yes, we are promoting people who are environmentally friendly and of course aware of what they are buying. Yeah, the government has something to do with it, but of course the consumers should also do their part in supporting manufacturers that produce biodegradable products that will not harm the environment. Okay, let's hear it, Casa. Your turn.
Okay, well, I think like I'm not too conscious about the friendly packaging, environment friendly packaging
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know really much about the information related to the environmental packaging friendly
Mm-hmm.
packaging. Yeah. So
Okay. Okay.
sorry,
So
my
now,
coworkers.
yes,
Okay.
it's noisy again in Carla's place. They're
Okay.
back. Okay. It used to be quiet before. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So nowadays, you don't really look at it, but will you start? Will you start checking the products that you're buying from now on, just so that you are sure it is safe from the for the environment rather? Would you now
Uh,
check the products that you're buying, Casa?
well, I think I'm gonna start it.
Okay.
Like,
You're gonna
but
start it.
actually, I'm conscious about the only food that I buy in the
Mm,
groceries, like the
food.
ingredients, what ingredients are consist in the products. Like, but
Mm,
it's only up to the food, uh, food, food
okay.
material, not the packaging material. So I
I
don't,
see.
I never like checking
The packaging.
the packaging of the.
Oh, I
So
understand. Okay, so now is your time to start checking the packaging too. Now you,
because the label in the products only up to the ingredients of the food, not the fake packaging, like
mm,
the plastic or the packaging wrapping the food is not
mm-hmm,
actually listed the what is it made of.
mm-hmm.
So I don't really know
What's
what
it made of?
what
Yeah.
is it. Yeah.
When I'm buying food, they have plastic ones, and if it is like the similar thing, I would buy the one wrapped in paper because I know that papers are biodegradable and not harming the environment, right? So yeah, nowadays if I'm like same thing, if it's a cookie or whatnot, if the other one is wrapped in boxes and paper, I would get that instead of the other one. Of course, I'm particular with brand though, but yeah, I would choose the ones that is like, well, the packaging is not as bad as the other ones. So that is one option too.
But
Mm-hmm.
Eden, like when you buy cookies in the like supermarket, they don't
Mm-hmm.
really wrap in the paper. If you buy in the bakery, they might like this in Starbucks, for instance, or maybe in the
Yeah.
some of the food fast restaurant fast food
Restaurants.
restaurants.
Okay.
So
Uh-huh.
yeah, they provide they wrap the food from the paper bag.
Yeah.
But if you buy the products in the supermarket,
The
they
processed ones, you mean,
yeah,
right? Not
yeah,
the freshly baked ones.
yeah.
Ah, okay. So we should start buying freshly baked goodies. The fresher, the better. Okay, that is nice too. But again, fresh products, it comes with the price more expensive as the processed ones because again, the shelf life is shorter. Okay, let's continue. Yeah, butterfly, what is your problem, Sahib? Okay, Sahib has a problem, but yes, I think Ida is there for you. Ida would be enough for you. Let's hear it, butterfly. Your turn. Go ahead, butterfly.
Um, for me, likewise, I am not that environment conscious, and
Okay.
just the reality is they are just few choices of environment friendly packaged foods in the market. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so in the local area, I don't discover many of them,
Mm-hmm.
so this really limit the choices. Yeah, and but personally I am in favor of the products wrapped in papers. Yeah, I just like that kind of packaging,
Mm-hmm.
paper packaging. Yeah. So I don't know. So it happens to be environment friendly as well, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
I also like the texture of the
Okay.
paper, packaging.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, okay.
for the package plastic ones, I think there are just too many in the market in the
Mm-hmm.
supermarket. Yeah, and it's like just too many of them. I think it's really up to the stores,
Okay.
the supermarket to 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 actually have more of those environment friendly packaging food in stock. Yeah,
Okay.
so that we can we consumers can have more choices, and then
Mm.
we we also need more knowledge about the kind of products we buy that are
Very nice.
environment friendly, because
Correct.
in fact I find a lot of people are so ignorant about it, including myself. Yeah, if
Mm-hmm.
I know something about it, but in reality, when I don't come across it,
Mm-hmm.
don't come across that kind of products, if that's limit, I have limited choice of them, and then it's gonna be too difficult for me, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
to make my choices, yeah. And so I think a lot of things should come into play here, yeah, not
Mm, that is
the
nice too.
consumers themselves, yeah, but
Okay.
also
That.
the stores, the supermarkets, yeah,
Okay. So yes, it's a
and
collective effort basically, but of course, like